What you're seeing in the headlines and what you're hearing in the news is a huge lie. Prices are not flat. Prices are not coming down a little bit. Real estate prices, specifically in the Denver area and a lot of other major cities, have actually taken a huge correction.
No way, Eric! You are wrong!
Don't tell them we are lying.
And in this video, I'm going to show you definitive proof how real estate prices in the Denver area have gone down significantly over the last year, and how the data that you're being presented is being shown to you in such a way to mislead you from what's really going on. So if you're looking to buy or sell a house or refinance a house, or you're just curious of what's going on in the Denver market today, you're going to want to watch this video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Eric Young. I've been helping buyers and sellers find homes in the Denver area for the last 2 decades. But I'm not just a real estate agent, I'm also a house flipper. I'm a licensed contractor with my own crews. All right, so let's just jump right into it. The metric that everyone likes to talk about is the median home sales price. And this is the average of all the prices that houses are selling at, the price right in the middle. And you'd think that if the average sales price is flat or slightly down, then that means the housing prices are relatively stable, that they're flat or maybe slightly down. But that's not true, because the median home is not the same home. Just because the median price hasn't changed doesn't mean that the median house hasn't changed, right? So if the median price stays the same, but the median house is much bigger, then actually the house values might be going down, right? Just the average size house is going up while the average price stays the same, because everyone's house value is actually coming down in value. But the median price doesn't reflect this, because it doesn't show how the majority of house sales are for higher priced homes than they were before. And the reason for this is a lot of people that are paying cash are buying higher priced houses than people that are getting loans. A lot of people that used to be buying using an FHA loan with 3% down, their debt to income ratio has kicked them out of the market altogether. They can't afford to buy a house.
I just don't see how we can afford this.
It's so much more than we expected.
So all those buyers, they're gone. The buyers left in the buyer pool are higher income earners or people with enough cash that they can just buy, and the interest rates are not affecting them as much. So the actual houses selling are skewed to the bigger houses than they used to be. So let's dig into the data and look at a bunch of cities around Denver and compare what's happening with the median sales price and what's happening with the average price per square foot. All right, we'll start by looking at the city of Denver. So if we look at the median sales price in the city of Denver over the last year, from July 2024, it was $570, where July 2025 is also $570. Now the data is lacking a month, so even though we're right at the end of August, I can't show you the August data because it hasn't been published yet. So we are flat if you look at the median close price. But then if you look at the price per square foot in Denver, it's actually down 4.2%. Now 4.2% down is a lot different than flat. It's a good price from an average of 383 all the way down to 363 in the city of Denver. Let's look at a couple other areas. Start with the median price in Aurora. Aurora is down 0.6%, so pretty close to flat, but down a little bit on the median sales price. Look at the price per square foot. Aurora is down 2.8%. So that's much closer to the accurate number. And even the price per square foot is not going to tell you the whole story. Prices are down even more than that, which I'll get to here after we get done looking at a few more of these cities. Let's look at Boulder. So if we go northeast to Denver or to Boulder, the median price is down 2.6%, but the price per square foot is down 5.1%. That's a lot. So double. It's the real story is twice as bad as what the median price is reflecting. Let's look at Highlands Ranch. Median price in Highlands Ranch is up 1.4%, but if you look at the average price per square foot, it's down 1.1%. So where you might be led to believe that prices are going up, they're not. In Highlands Ranch, they're going down, and they're going down by a little over 1%. Centennial, median price in Centennial is up 0.8%, close to flat, but up a little bit. If we look at the average price per square foot, it's down 1.5%. So I think you're starting to see the story here. While it's not the same for all cities, It's pretty consistent. So if we look at the median close price in Lakewood, it's up 2.1%. If we look at the price per square foot in Lakewood, it's up 0.3%. So Lakewood's the first one we looked at that's actually up. I will give that. Prices are still going up in Lakewood, the average price per square foot, but not by very much. 0.3 is pretty close to flat. Let's look at Littleton. Littleton's up 1.6% on the median price per square foot. It's down 0.3. So you might think it's going up, but it's not. It's going down. And let's look at the entire MLS quick. So we'll start with average price per square foot. It's down 1% in the entire MLS around Denver. But if you look at close price, you'd be led to believe it's up 1%. So a whole percent difference and in the opposite direction. Now, what this doesn't show you are the seller concessions. In a market like this where prices are starting to come down and there's a lot more inventory and things are sitting, buyers are asking the sellers to pay for seller concessions, like pay for their closing cost. So an example, let's say a house sells for $500,000 last year with no seller concessions, and now the same house sells now for the same $500,000 but with $20,000 in seller concessions. It's still going to show a $500,000 sales price. But if you're the seller of that home and you had to pay 20 grand towards the buyer's closing costs, it's really like you sold it for 480, not for 500. You're feeling that 20 grand. I mean, it's a difference, and that's not reflected in these prices. So when you look at the average price per square foot, it gives you a lot closer to the real story, but it's still not the entire story. Things are even softer than that because it's not taking into consideration seller concessions. So what does this mean for you if you're trying to buy or sell a home in the Denver area? First, let's look at it from the buyer's point of view. If you're looking to buy a home, know that most homes are overpriced, that most sellers are asking too much, and that you need to be undercutting those asking prices by maybe as much as 10% in order to get a fair deal for you. Most sellers are oblivious to the fact that the market is going down by as much as it is, and so in order to make sure that you don't buy at too high of a price, you need to come in low. Oftentimes, the best way to get the best value is you find a house that has some outdated finishings in it. It needs new flooring, a new countertop, new paint, maybe some new light fixtures. All these things can be done very cheaply after closing, and you can even get a 203K loan or another. There's a lot of financing out there that allows you to roll in renovations after closing into your loan so you don't have to come out of pocket to pay for all the renovation costs. But this is a great strategy to get a house at a great price and then end up with what you're really looking for. Have the finishes be everything to your taste, perfect, and get a great price. Now, if you're a seller, what does this mean? It means that you're probably overpriced if you're already on the market. And if you're thinking about going onto the market, most of the people that are active right now are probably overpriced. So if you're going to want to maximize your end take-home pay after you sell your house, you're going to want to undercut your competition first. Know that house prices are likely going to come down, and most of the people that are active on the market right now are going to have to slash their price if they plan on actually selling. So the way that you get around this without having to take a huge bath, right? You don't want to sit there, price too high, and slowly follow everyone down as prices are falling. Undercut everybody else so that the next buyer that comes into your neighborhood sees your house as the best deal and you get your house sold first. Because if you're sitting on the market for the next 9 months and things don't drastically change, if there's not like a big drop in mortgage interest rates or something like that, if that does not happen, the house when you sell your house 9 months from now, it's going to be worth less than it is today. So why not just come to terms with today's housing prices, sell at today's housing prices, and not sit on the market at way too high of an asking price? So if you're looking to buy or sell a house, I would love to help you. Reach out to me directly. My personal cell phone number is 720-252-6888. You can call or text me at that number anytime. I'd love to talk to you about helping you sell or buy a house. Check out the testimonials on my website. That's denverpropertyflip.com/testimonials. I've helped a lot of people over the last 2 decades, and I'd love to help you next. That's it for this week's video. Stay tuned for next week's video when we'll have the August housing data to go over.